Redout is a new racing game on PS4 and Xbox One this week that's been out on PC for a while now and is coming to Nintendo Switch next month. The racer adopts the familiar gameplay of Sony's Wipeout series and Nintendo's dormant F-Zero series. We're jumping straight into the gameplay on this one because this game literally doesn't have a story. Instead, developer 34 Big Things chose to focus on the meat and potatoes of this game, and that's its incredibly fast-paced racing. Yes, it's very much like F-Zero and Wipeout and even Fast RMX, but Redout is quite possibly the fastest futuristic racer I've ever played. Seriously, if you thought Wipeout or F-Zero was too quick, then Redout will probably make you rage quit right away, but if you were a fan of those games, you'll probably still have a bit of a learning curve, but you'll eventually adapt to it. When you jump into a race, you'll be competing with a total of 6 racers, each with their own vehicle and different stats. The stats consist of acceleration, max speed, grip, structure, energy pool, and recharge speed. You can upgrade these stats with power-ups that you purchase using in-game currency. You can actually have 2 power-ups at once, a passive and active one. The passive one acts as a buff that's just automatically applied to the race, while the active one is one you have to activate with the press of a button that can at times either be another buff or an obstacle of some sort. You'll notice at the sides of your vehicle are some UI elements such as your health and energy. Health is the health of your vehicle, and it starts to go down as you crash your vehicle into other racers or the edges of the track. When the health meter reaches 0, your vehicle will explode, and depending on the rules of the race you're in, you may respawn or you just might lose the race. The energy meter is this game's boost meter. It automatically refills over time, so you don't have to collect objects or go over certain speed boosts to actually activate it. The little gameplay changes from popular series took a bit to get used to at first, but after a few races I started to get the hang of it. The biggest learning curve, of course though, is the incredible speed of the gameplay while also trying to avoid crashing into things so you don't blow yourself up. Redout offers you a handful of different game modes or game types on a total of 25 different tracks. The career mode in this game is almost like the campaign mode that essentially is a playlist of the different game modes on the different tracks, all in a single player mode. You'll play an assortment of different game modes like traditional races, pure races that remove all your power-ups, last man standing that removes whoever is in last place during each lap, and many more. Winning these races earn you some cash or in-game currency that you can then use to buy new power-ups and vehicles for the races. In total, when you collaborate the different game modes and the different tracks, you'll have a total of 93 events in the career mode. The quick race mode is essentially the single player custom game mode where you can choose all the settings down from the game type to the track. On top of all the single player content is the multiplayer mode that offers both split screen and online. The split screen game mode is only for 2 racers total, and it acts like the quick race option but with another player. The online multiplayer on the other hand is a bit hard to judge honestly. I literally couldn't find anyone else to play with. I came across one other person while searching online on a Saturday, and when I tried joining the person's lobby, the connection timed out. Either no one is playing this game on PS4, which is pretty hard to believe, or the online is just garbage. Regardless, if you are interested in this game for the online, you may want to think otherwise. According to this game's very own subreddit, some other Xbox One users were having trouble finding a match during the launch too. So all of this already hurts one of this game's biggest attractions, including any other modern racer, the online multiplayer. Redout is absolutely gorgeous and in fact can get a bit too flashy at times. All the beautiful vibrant colors and flares can get a bit jarring at times. If you're a gamer whose eyes tend to strain pretty easily, this may be a game you have to skip or at least play in smaller segments, but for those of you who can handle it, you're in for quite the fireworks show. The 25 tracks will take you across different terrains from snowy glaciers to lush looking jungles. There's even an insane looking abstract track that I'd consider the Rainbow Road of this game. On PS4 and PS4 Pro, this game runs at 1080p 60, though on the regular PS4 it tends to drop down to the 50 frames per second mark. On Xbox One it's even worse with a resolution that looks like 900p with 30 frames per second. It's a pretty big downgrade from the PS4 version. The developers have said that the game will run at a native 4K resolution at 60fps on Xbox One X when that eventually comes out, but then again they also said that the PS4 Pro version would run at a checkerboard 4K resolution, and here we are at 1080p. Redout offers some pretty catchy tunes for its track list that are all fast and pretty loud. That's a good thing though, because they all push the feeling of adrenaline that really plays along well with the fast-paced gameplay of Redout. Popping in a nice pair of headphones, turning off the lights and just zoning out to the racetracks as the music bumps at full blast is quite the experience. Add on the sound effects of the vehicle zooming by, the sounds of engines hovering in the air, and the metal scratching on the edges of the track, it's a lovely symphony of futuristic racing. Redout is very much a bit of a mixed bag right now for many reasons. While the gameplay, visual, and audio aesthetics seem to hit the mark for the most part, things like the online multiplayer seem a bit busted right now. That's a major part of not just this game but any other modern racing game. Redout simply has some really bad servers or no one is playing it. The platform performance fragmentation hurts it a lot too. It runs great on the PS4 Pro, but it has some frame rate issues on the original PS4, and the Xbox One version is kept at 30 frames per second. The PS4 Pro and PC versions seem like to be the best option to play right now, but even then some PC owners have said that it's not entirely optimized for things like SLI. Redout is also coming to the Switch next month, and even though I have yet to try it on the Switch, I can only imagine it runs as well or even worse than the Xbox One version, which is already struggling. At the moment, I can pretty much only recommend even considering getting this game on PC or PS4 Pro, and even on those platforms the online is still struggling. Redout currently goes for $40 on console and $35 on PC, and it's definitely a wait and see purchase. Wait for some better optimization on console and perhaps a better online system or any sort of online player base if that's the problem. But that's my review of Redout for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and eventually the Nintendo Switch. If you have any questions about the game, feel free to ask me in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed my content, then please consider subscribing. I do reviews on all the major gaming platforms such as PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Thank you all very much for watching, and keep on gaming.